In this video, we're going to understand inconsistent financial months in your coaching business. And it's not about tactics. You believe your coaching income is inconsistent because your marketing is inconsistent. It feels like a logical explanation. If your marketing goes down, leads slow down, right? And when leads slow down, your sales drop. And when revenue drops, you change something. You always have done because you want to correct the issue. It's a normal thing that coaches do every day, every week. So you post more, adjust a message, you tweak the offer, you increase the amount of DMs that you send to people. That feels responsible. It feels proactive, doesn't it? But here's the question that matters. If I asked you today what next month will earn, can you tell me? Not a guess or hope. If you cannot say, next month I will earn between 5K and 7K or between 11K and 13K, then you're not running a predictable system. You're reacting to whatever shows up. And that's the issue we'll solve today. Now, before I get my sleeves rolled up, please do like and subscribe. And if you have a question, my details are in the description below. Now, if you don't know what next month should earn, then every slow week feels like something is wrong. Maybe nothing is wrong. You just never check the numbers. I'll give you an example outside of the coaching world because I often think that helps. Think about a small hotel owner who does not know how many rooms are being booked next month. He feels anxious. He blames advertising. He blames the season. He blames the economy. But the real issue is simple. He does not know how many rooms are sold. Many coaches operate the same way. You look at this week's calendar. You do not look at the full pipeline. You do not know how many leads are sitting in each stage. You don't know how many usually convert. You do not know the average time it takes someone to decide. So when a quiet week appears, it feels like a threat. It's not a threat. It's a lag. Now, the real threat is when you start tweaking and changing, trying to get it right. That's when your problems really start. You start undoing your business. The income that you make today comes from work you did weeks ago. Sales don't appear out of nowhere. They come from people who entered your world earlier. If 5 strong prospects showed up last month and you normally close 2 out of 5, then you already have a rough idea of what should happen next. And it's a pattern for you to see and understand. But if you never track that pattern, then every month feels random. One month is strong, the next feels thin. You assume something is broke. You assume marketing slipped. In reality, you just never counted what usually happens. So let's make it concrete, shall we? If you can say, I have 12 serious prospects right now, and I usually close 3 of them, then a quiet week does not scare you. You know what the numbers tend to do. But if you cannot say that, then every slow day feels like danger. Not because the business is collapsing, but because you are guessing. When you're guessing, you start changing things too quickly. You rewrite the offer, you adjust the message, you push harder on outreach. You assume the system failed, but the system may not have failed. You just never measured it well enough to trust it. That is a difference. Instability is not always caused by weak marketing. Sometimes it's caused by not knowing your own numbers. Now let's go deeper. You often say you need more leads. That might be true. But before you increase volume, ask a harder question. How many of your recent leads were truly qualified? How many could afford your price? How many had decision power? How many were actively looking to solve the problem now, today? You count leads, you count bookings, you count sales, but do you score lead quality? You see, if 10 people book calls and only 3 were serious buyers from the start, your closing rate looks weak. You blame messaging, but the message may not be the issue. It could be the filter. Poor qualification creates fake activity. Your calendar looks full, but the buying intent is low. Now, some months the mix of people is strong, so you make sales easily. Other months the mix is weak, so you struggle. That feels like inconsistency. It is actually something else. It is input variation. I'll repeat it. Input variation. If you do not control who enters the top of the pipeline, input, you cannot stabilize what comes out the bottom. So you get variation. When conversion swings, revenue swings, then you react. You change the offer, you adjust the positioning, you rebuild the funnel. But if the wrong people are entering, you are polishing the wrong part of the machine. Here is the uncomfortable piece. Some filtration often means fewer calls. It means saying no faster. It means narrowing instead of widening. That can feel risky when revenue already feels unstable. So instead, you increase activity. You try to fill the calendar. That keeps you busy, but it does not create predictability. Busyness is not stability. Busyness is not stability. I will repeat it. Now think about what happens after someone pays you. How long do they stay for? Is it a 12-week program? Do they stay for that 3 months? Or is it 6 months or a year? Do you actually know the number? Or are you guessing? Maybe they're only paying from week to week, session to session. If people only stay 3 months and every month you must replace a third of your income. That's hard work. You sign 3 new clients, your income jumps. Next month 2 leave, your income drops. That feels like marketing is broken. But maybe marketing is fine. Maybe people just are not staying very long. That's okay, but we need to know that. If clients do not stay long, you're always chasing new ones. When you're always chasing, you feel pressure. When you feel pressure, you rush. You lower your price. You add extra bonuses. You change your offer halfway through. You do a shiny object like an Amazon book launch or a go on stage or something. And you try something new too quickly. That just creates more mess. More mess creates more ups and downs. And the cycle keeps going. Now look at this in a simple way. Income goes up and down when you cannot see what is happening inside your business. If you do not know how many real buyers you have, you feel nervous. If you do not know how many usually say yes, you feel unsure. If you do not know how long clients stay, you cannot know what your normal income should be. When you do not know what normal looks like, every month feels like starting over. And when you feel like you're starting over, you move fast. You change things quickly. You question offers that were working. You rewrite messages that were fine. You keep adjusting. And then when income swings again, you blame yourself or your marketing. But the real issue was simple. You never counted the right things. So here is what to check. If income goes up and down, look at how many people enter your world and how many people usually buy. If calls feel weak, check how many of those people could truly afford you. If income drops after a strong month, check how many clients left. Don't change things first, count first. If you've already worked on your message, you've already improved your offer. If income still swings, the problem is then deeper than words. If you can't explain why your income goes up and down using numbers, then you do not fully understand your business yet. And if you do not understand your business, the ups and downs will keep happening. It's not because you're lazy. It's not because you lack skill. It's because the setup of the business is creating that result. So, do you like what I've said? Has it brought something new into your life? Has it brought a little bit of relief? I hope so. If you've not yet subscribed, please do so. Follow me, get into some more, and check the description for my free training and how to contact me.